What if I told you that the only nation ever attacked with nuclear weapons is now considering building them? After 80 years of absolute pacifism, Japan is thinking the unthinkable. Japan's pacifist constitution was written in blood and atomic ash. Since 1945, they've maintained the three non-nuclear principles: never produce, never possess, never allow nuclear weapons on their soil. It was a sacred promise that earned them a Nobel Peace Prize. But promises made in the shadow of mushroom clouds are being tested by the harsh light of modern geopolitics. Donald Trump's return to power isn't just changing America, it's forcing Japan to question everything they've believed about security, alliance, and survival. Picture this: an 18th century manor house outside London, now home to a Japanese sake brewery. It's March, and Japanese lawmaker Rui Matsukawa sits among British diplomats and business leaders. The conversation turns dark. Europe can no longer rely on America. Trump is berating allies, tilting toward Russia. And suddenly, Matsukawa realizes Japan faces the same terrifying truth. "You can't really take the US presence for granted," she would later say. The woman who once served as Deputy Defense Minister was having her first serious doubts about American commitment. Trump is so unpredictable, which is his strength maybe. But I think we have to always think about Plan B, Matsukawa admits in her Tokyo office. The camera catches her hesitation before she speaks the words that would have been unthinkable just years ago. Plan B is maybe go independent and then go nukes. This isn't just one politician's fear. She's part of a growing contingent of senior Japanese lawmakers beginning to think the unthinkable. The nuclear taboo, sacred for 8 decades, is cracking. The Trump shock isn't limited to Japan. In South Korea, the fever for nuclear weapons burns even hotter. Up to 75% of the public supports building their own atomic arsenal. Unlike Japan's careful diplomatic language, South Koreans are blunt about their fears. Do you think Trump will risk nuclear retaliation for Seoul's sake? Many don't think so. This is an inconvenient truth, admits retired South Korean military officer Song Seong-jong. The alliance that seemed unbreakable is showing cracks that grow deeper with each Trump tweet about tariffs and burden sharing. For decades, America's extended deterrence has been the cornerstone of Asian security. Washington promised to use its full nuclear arsenal to defend allies. But that umbrella has holes now, and the rain is getting through. When Obama didn't respond to Chinese island building in the South China Sea, questions arose. When Biden said he wouldn't fight World War III over Ukraine while Putin threatened nuclear strikes, the questions became doubts. And when Trump returned with tariffs and threats to absorb Canada, the doubts became fears. What Reuters has learned will shock you. In classified biannual talks between Tokyo and Washington, Japan has been discussing how its conventional military could support US nuclear forces. They're exploring how Japan's new counter-strike missiles could take out enemy launch platforms, how Japanese intelligence could support America's nuclear mission. This isn't just alliance cooperation, this is nuclear war planning. Japan is already deeper into America's nuclear strategy than most realize. Enter nuclear sharing, NATO's controversial arrangement where non-nuclear countries like Germany and Italy host American nuclear weapons. In a crisis, these nations could deliver atomic bombs using their own aircraft. It's a workaround that keeps the nuclear club exclusive while spreading the burden. Former Japanese Prime Minister Ishiba has openly advocated for an Asian NATO with nuclear sharing. The Foreign Ministry says no, but ruling party lawmakers are asking, why not us? The most shocking change may be happening in Hiroshima itself. Tatsuaki Takahashi's grandfather was 4 when the atomic bomb fell. He remembers the flash, the shattered windows, the relatives who never came home. Growing up, Takahashi believed in peace through dialogue. Now 28 and working in Tokyo, he's changed his mind. I think allowing US nuclear weapons into Japan might be unavoidable as a form of deterrence, he says. Even atomic bomb survivors' descendants are rethinking the nuclear taboo. A disturbing survey reveals the depth of change. More than 30% of young people in Hiroshima don't want to hear atomic bomb survivors' stories anymore. They're too horrific. As living memory fades, strategic thinking takes over. The peace that seemed permanent is being questioned by the generation that never knew war. This isn't just about nuclear weapons, it's about Japan's entire identity transforming before our eyes. While Japan debates, China acts. Beijing has the world's fastest-growing nuclear arsenal, adding 100 new warheads annually, from 600 warheads today to potentially 1,000 by 2030. Japan could have nuclear weapons by Christmas. 6 months. That's what senior lawmakers privately estimate. 45 tons of plutonium, advanced missile technology, the world's most sophisticated conventional military. All the pieces are there, waiting for a political decision. And that decision is getting easier to make every day. Trump questions America's commitment. Every day China adds nuclear warheads. Every day North Korea launches another missile. The unthinkable is becoming inevitable. 80 years ago, atomic bombs ended World War II and began the nuclear age. Japan became both victim and prophet, choosing peace over power, dialogue over deterrence. Today, that choice is under pressure like never before. American allies are questioning American commitment. Rising powers are building arsenals. And the nation that once renounced war is reconsidering nuclear weapons. This isn't just about Japan or South Korea going nuclear. This is about the entire foundation of international security since 1945. If America's closest allies can't trust American protection, then the nuclear club is about to get much larger. The question is whether we'll exercise it through renewed alliance or let it possess the future.